Sayyidina, I know that you were one of the very close disciples to His Holiness late Pope Shenouda. How did it start?
It started, I entered the monastery in 1979, and in 1980, that has happened. That is, it was a difficult time after, because the tension started with President Sadat after the Church decided not to celebrate officially the Feast of the Holy Resurrection, and Sadat gave a very bad speech about the Pope without mentioning his name. And then he ordained many bishops. So he was staying in the monastery. And one of the bishops in Upper Egypt, he came on Saturday to take the blessing of His Holiness before going to be enthroned in his diocese. So when His Holiness greet him as he leaving, he stumbled, and the dog, you have to avoid it, so he fall. So he's called me to go to see.
As a doctor of the monastery.
Yes, that's right. So when I examined his leg, the ankle, so I suspected maybe a fracture or fissure or whatever. So I asked to have an X-ray, an X-ray in the monastery. So he went to the Angle hospital, and they found, yes, there was a fracture. They put it, and he returned. And after that, started the relationship to go and to take care of His Holiness, especially after the decision of the Sadat, that is the Pope, to stay in the monastery. So I was the only source of medical help in every kind, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a dentist, and everything, which built a kind of relationship with His Holiness, especially in this difficult time. And later on, when I was ordained a bishop for ecumenical and social services, he allowed me to live in the same residence. So used to meet him, and I never met him in his office. we either when we taking dinner or lunch or just walking. And then the other blessing that is in his travel outside Egypt. So he took me like a secretary in the trip. I never be a secretary in Egypt, but only in his trips, which gave me chance to know him more and more closely during this time.
So, Sayyidina, you started your monastic life in 79, and then you became a priest. You got ordained after how many years?
Yes, I was ordained in 1981.
Okay.
Because I was chosen to go to Switzerland. So I was ordained a priest in the 18th of July, which is the feast of the monasticism of His Holiness Pope Shenouda. So he ordained me on this day. But because of what happened after that in September 81 and the decision of the Sadat that it's His Holiness to stay in the monastery, I didn't go. So I went to Switzerland in December 1983. That's why I served there until June 85. That was ordained the bishop, because His Holiness returned in January 85, and the first group of bishops to be ordained, I was one of them.
Okay. Your service in Switzerland, how much it influenced your leadership in Los Angeles later?
The first thing is how to start a small new church, because at that time there was no permanent priest there, just from time to time. So I started the service there in Switzerland. And so it gave me love of the smaller churches, and the beginning, how you can start gradually, to be patient, to understand the situation, and change will come by time. Accept the situation which existing, and I am grateful for His Holiness Pope Shenouda, and how he allowed me and encouraged me. And then when I go there, I both look to the future, not to the past, and not to be concerned about anything. And I remember, of course, traveling outside. It was first time in my life to travel outside Egypt. And I don't know what would happen there. And unfortunately, we have bad stereotype about people outside Egypt. They don't respect priests, they focus on money and all this bad and two things. Even it's happened with some people. And I was concerned, so I told him, but Your Holiness, you are in the monastery, and there's no way to communicate with you because still under this restriction of any movement or any communication. And I don't know. I want to know the language. Suppose people they say don't know there is no money, what to do? But he gave me $1,000 and then go take money. If you feel anything that you cannot continue, come back. So I will never do this, but at least get a support from me. That's teach me when someone starting new things to give support, to support for them. And I still remember this $1,000. The same also when I went to Los Angeles, he gave me $20,000 to help me. Even he said he's going to America, and this is you're supposed to bring money, not to give money. But the fatherhood. And when I ordain a priest, I make advance of money until they go to the payroll, because what will happen during this time after ordination. So we learn from His Holiness how to take care even of this small things. Also in Switzerland, I learned, I exposed to the new culture, the Swiss culture. I lived in a Catholic monastery, so I lived with them. It happened that this Pope John Paul II visited, so it was, we are, he has a meeting with non-Swiss churches, so he told us to make a hymn and then meet the Pope to greet him. So this is just the second year there, almost the first year, because I went in December. This has happened in the middle of the year in '84. This is exposure to the outside culture. Also, it gives me, here in Egypt, because Catholic missionaries and Protestant missionaries came and convert Copts. So we have also feeling that these people want to steal people from us. So we have a defense mechanism against them. When I went there, I have a different experience. That they welcome us, they help us to establish the church. And I lived in a Catholic monastery. We have no churches. So we pray in Protestant or Catholic churches. The one who helped us to get a building in Geneva was a Protestant leader. So he was negotiating with the government of Geneva to give us the building, the first church. We have it there. So I have a different perspective of the relationship with the churches. That's why I make a different experience, which helped to be open. And I lived in the Catholic monastery. Of course, I didn't take communion. I continue my service. Nobody forced me to do anything or asked me to do anything differently. But it opened my mind to another perspective and to know about these people, to enjoy their love. And that I continue to visit until now. I like to go and stay a few days in INZ. Because it was not just I stayed time and that's it. But this kind of relationship helped me when I go to switch to after that I became the bishop for ecumenical relations. The relationship, and then I went to Los Angeles. We always keep good relationship about with other churches and be concerned when the Catholic Church attacked there because of the secular society. We feel sympathetic with them. and there's yes, we have difference between each others, but at the same time, we can cooperate
Sure.
with them. Yeah. The same also, مثلا, when I was in the Bishop of Community Social Services, most of the project which we did, it's supported by ecumenical partners
Yes.
belonging to Catholic and Protestant.
Yes.
So they are helping us,
Yeah.
not without any pressure for anything regarding changing our faith or taking our people.